I'm a staunch Remainer, but I'm fed up with both sides now. I am absolutely sick and tired of this indecision. And if I was in charge, I would be saying, we're leaving tomorrow. We're leaving tomorrow. You sort it out. I'll give you my civil servants, you have your civil servants, sort out a free trade deal, and let's get on with it. Because I'm afraid David Cameron has brought this country nearly to its knees.
I totally agree with you. We've had that period of really terrible uncertainty which has caused this. It must stop. Go down any street, any Victorian street, right, and
Can
see...
we not go back to your childhood?
No.
Please, can we stay where we are?
I just want to talk about the infrastructure that is here, what has been built in the last 15 years since the millennium, OK?
Loads of stuff with money from the European Union.
And from the globalised world.
Vote Leave. It's going to mean that we crash out off a cliff edge. So 40 years of deals that have been done, and that we have these alliances, and from data to medical science to research to trade to everything, our money,
I would absolutely vote for that. You're talking it up for me.
Let's just implode that and then be this little minnow that has to go and start again.
But Gemma, you have to be mobile.
Well, we have been
mobile. You have to be mobile.
All the
you
problems
can't join up like this.
in this country have come from the government because we are sovereign.
On the telly here, we look like 3 pigs in a trough. We look like an elite.
I'm glad you said 3 and not 4. That's good.
Just what we're talking about here. If the more people talk about Remain, which is predominantly a metropolitan phenomenon, the more embarrassing it is for the people of West Bromwich. I apologise, being from the Midlands, and one of the reasons why I'm a Brexiteer is the damage, the two-tier system it has brought between the metropolitan and other areas of the country. It has caused a terrible... It is a terrible, terrible problem. It's not a class issue, it's an economic issue.
Johnny,
it's an economic issue.
But
there wouldn't be a Peterborough Plumbers.
Let me just say...
There wouldn't be...
There would be a Peterborough Plumbers.
There wouldn't be a Wakefield Plumbers. You are lucky to be in London.
If we're heading for a recession, are you still prepared then
that
we leave with
at any cost? We need to undo this.
Recession means job losses.
We need to recalibrate our economy, because every area of the country except London and parts of Manchester Island are poor.
It's not the EU.
And are poor for generations.
There are, Johnny,
go to West Bromwich.
Johnny,
go to Dewsbury.
No, never mind about going north, west, or anywhere. I think there is work going on about this behind the scenes. We're not party to everything that's going on.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. But for 3 years we've gone nowhere on it, and rightly they've already said they're not prepared to negotiate. I mean, when are they going to get the point that there's no more negotiation?
Supposing we get to the 31st of October and the government leave without any deal, what will you do?
Well, probably like everybody else, will be banging on number 10 Downing Street, screaming their heads off. You know, there'd be riots on the streets. You can't just sort of leave, you know, on the basis of no deal. Where can you just do that?
Well, should I stay or should I go now? Should I stay or should I go now? If I stay, there will be trouble. If I go, there will be double. So come on and let me know. Should I stay or should I go?
Michael Burke came out this week in an article in the Radio Times, and he said to save money for the NHS, maybe they shouldn't treat fat people and maybe they should let them die. Should we let fat people die?
No, I think I kind of felt 2 things when I heard this story. The first thing I thought is it's a ridiculous thing to say, because the whole point of the NHS and why we're so lucky to have it and should value it is because anybody can get treated when they have a heart attack, or they smoke, or they drink, or they collapse in the street, or whatever, and that is the point.
Maybe we should let people who smoke die, or people who eat too much sweet stuff.
But then on the flip side of that, we have to be accountable for our own health a little bit. And whilst certainly people can have some major issues to do with eating, emotional eating, I think it's quite difficult to be slim these days, the portion size that we get.
Don't have to eat it all.
Exactly. And I put on a bit of weight recently, like last year. Not massive amount, but enough that I couldn't get into my
Nobody say
dresses.
Anything.
No, right. The point is, I was on a show with a nutritionist, and I thought I'm going to get some free advice. And she was quite blunt. She sort of did me what would people would pay for an hour. Yeah, she said, "You fat cow." No, she didn't. she said, "How old are you?" I said, "I'm 45," and she said, it was quite cutting. She went, "Party's over. Eat half what you eat now. Double the exercise. Stop drinking." That was it. That was it.
A report has come out that Britain is ageist and that people in Britain use ageist language regularly, that they're rude to old people. Charlie, you and I are older than we look, obviously, because we are particularly young at heart. Ricky, you can shut up in Norwich as well. Do you think we are an ageist society?
I don't think so. I think things are changing. I think more and more old people are coming back into the workplace because of the skill shortage.
What was the oldest guy that you used to employ?
Well, he was 97 when he joined us, and he died when he was 104. 104.
Yeah.
I got a builder to renovate my house, and I saw 4 builders. I'm on my own, so I was very didn't want to get conned, and I saw various guys, and they'd do these big spreadsheets and everything. And then the bloke that I hired was 82 and had Parkinson's, and they did the whole house in 5 months, and he was completely honest and did it all within budget.
Quite often somebody will say to someone like Charlie, you look amazing for your age. I mean, I get that every day.
Really,
I mean,
yeah.
do you find that offensive? I don't mind.
Not at all.
No.
Why would I?
No,
How
exactly.
old are you, James?
I'm slightly older than you.